In this 4-part special Amazon series, I've taken you to the awesome island of the monkeys in the Colombian Amazon. We visited the indigenous village of Macedonia, where I made a new friend, as well as a stopover in the fascinating jungle town of Puerto Nariño. And how could we ever forget meeting beautiful Luna the sloth and those terrifying wild tarantulas? What an adventure. In this final Amazon video of the series, come with me as we visit the three frontiers, the most southern point of Colombia where the borders join with Peru and Brazil, where we'll go on a fun 3-hour tour on the Brazilian side of the border to visit some very cool attractions. So apparently that side of the river over there is Peru, and we are currently standing in Brazil, in a city called Tabatinga, which is very close to Leticia. Our next stop of the day was at a Botanical Garden Zoo, which is operated by the Brazilian military. So it was originally a Colombian plane owned by Pablo Escobar, and now it's in Brazil, where they have on the property an old plane that was once the property of the infamous Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar, and we got to go inside it too. This plane may or may not have been used for smuggling drugs for Pablo Escobar. This plane was confiscated by the Brazilian government decades ago, but you can now go and check it out when you visit Tabatinga City in Brazil, which is located right next to Leticia City in Colombia, but on the other side of the border. Obviously not original seats. It goes without saying. I don't know what this part at the back is. Maybe that's where they stashed all the stuff. The bad stuff. We then had a quick look inside the Botanical Garden Zoo, where we were welcomed by this beautiful macaw who was very tame and friendly. Oh my god. Very tame. This is our taxi driver, by the way, who is giving us a tour before we head to the airport.
Oh, hi. Hi.
What a beautiful bird. Look at his face. Look at his markings on his face. What a beautiful animal. For some reason, he just wanted to nibble on my fingers, but he was actually very friendly. This sign tells the story of how the macaw was rescued from a cage where sadly he was trying to be smuggled. This is the skin of an anaconda. Look how huge that is. You can see how easily an anaconda could swallow a human whole. It's probably not even full size, they can probably get bigger than that as well. Just to give you a scale of the size of it. Incredible. This guy who just ran through the park and found us because we have a bag of bananas. My god.
Hello. This is the same as the squirrel monkeys from before.
Yeah, it's the same kind.
I don't want monkey pee on me.
These little squirrel monkeys are wild and running around the property free, but they're super friendly and a little cheeky and smart enough to recognize a tourist with a bag of bananas. I hope I catch a wee-wee. I'm doing a wee-wee.
I'm holding this here so you come.
And I really felt so lucky to have this experience, especially on my last morning in the Amazon. Look at this, it fits in the palm of my hand. That's so cute. And these ones are free range, they're not in cages, they're just running around and they recognize the tourists. I hope it's not gonna pee on me or anything. And for me, originally coming from Australia where we don't have monkeys, this was an extra special experience that I'll never forget.
They're fighting over it.
Now there's like a 50% chance I'm gonna get peed on, right?
That's cool.
Oh, this is so cute. Stay out of my bag.
He's looking in there.
No, is it?
Yeah, he's going right in.
No. So we said our goodbyes to these awesome little monkeys and yeah, to these snakes as well. Before our driver took us to a viewpoint on the bank of the Amazon, which is a great place for you to get some last photos. can't zoom in that far, but yeah, there are dolphins down there apparently. They're eating. You can see we're actually quite high up, but when the river actually rises, because this is summer at the moment, but in winter it can rise all the way up here, which is probably 10, 15, 20 meters higher. So the water level must really rise so much in winter. That's fascinating. When I say the winter, I mean the wet season, and the summer is the drier season with less rain. Our final stop before heading to the airport was to a chocolate store that is famous in the region called Castello Brazil. This is a great place to pick up some last-minute unique and interesting gifts, as not only is it a store that sells a variety of local and international chocolates, but you can also pick up some other Brazilian products such as snacks, alcoholic beverages, health and beauty products, and souvenirs. Piranhas, obviously not real. This is called ají de la selva, or chili of the rainforest. I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like corn. Sadly, it was time for us to head to the airport. Let me introduce you to our driver who can offer you a tour whenever you're in Leticia.
Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Jaime Alberto, soy una persona que trabaja acá en el departamento de Leticia, Amazonas. Sirve el servicio de transporte aquí de Tuki Tuki. Los que están interesados podemos ser atendidos acá. El número de teléfono Ben lo va a publicar ahí y bienvenidos a Leticia.
So we're waiting at the airport. We're too early for our flight, but we bought, this is, I believe it's like a whole cacao or cocoa bean covered in chocolate, and this one is caramelo de cacao. So each of these is about $6-7 US at the moment. 100% natural products produced by the indigenous people from the region. These are like handmade, they're probably pressed. This is raw cocoa.
Pressed with someone's jungle fingers.
Probably. Got a gritty texture, and I know why, because I've made these. My first year in Colombia, I made chocolate from cacao, and we used it was actually a meat grinder, I think, but we ground it up, and that's why it's got that more gritty texture, because it's not like highly refined, but it's just sugar and ground cocoa beans.
Like it's coconut texture.
It feels like it's, like you're eating a coconut chocolate.
So chocolate made by Amazonians, I score it 10 out of 10, because I've never had chocolate.
Okay. The next one is a whole cocoa bean, which is covered in chocolate, I think. It is, there's a whole cocoa bean in the center. Cocoa by itself is actually kind of a little bit bitter, so you need to add sugar to get that nice, if you like sweet chocolate, but I don't know.
Really rich.
Very rich. The bean is a little weird, but...
I have banana in my hair.
Banana in her hair thanks to the monkey that was eating it on her head. This is a nice beer, but it tastes more like ginger beer. It tastes like a fruit punch or something, but it's nice. And sadly, it was time to leave, but you can guarantee I'll be back. Although the Amazon adventure is over, we still have 2 more stops on this journey, and I'm sure you're gonna love them.
2 hours later.
After a quick stopover in Colombia's capital city, Bogota, we're off to our next destination. Can you guess what it is? A hint for you. It's the second most visited city in Colombia after Bogota, and it is a historical and cultural gem of the country. If you guessed Cartagena, you'd be correct. Coming up in my next video, I'll show you some of this awesome city's stunning attractions, from its old walled city and historic cobblestone streets, a stunning city skyline surrounded by the blue waters of the Caribbean, as well as beautiful beaches, even an historic castle, and much, much more. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a like, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and why not share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.